Random Magic by Sasha Soren. So if you know my reading habits at all, you'll know there's nothing I enjoy quite like a book about books. I mean, all books do it to a certain extent, build upon what's come before in simile or subversion, but there's nothing quite like a book that simply throws all caution to the wind.
And in honour of the Random Magic Tour, I have managed to get an exclusive interview with Alice. Yes, that's right, the Alice from Alice in Wonderland. She is notoriously media shy and quite secretive about her personal life, but she has kindly agreed to an interview with me today. Oh wait, here she comes. We've set up a little tea party of sorts just to make you feel a bit more comfortable. How quaint. Okay, well let's get started then, Alice. We've recently seen you in Sorry, is there a problem? Let me stop you right there. Did my agent not give you the press release? I'm now to be known as Alicia. I'm trying to remove myself from the whole Alice theme. I've dyed my hair, I've changed my name. I mean, I don't want to be known just for Wonderland.
This book was extraordinary in a number of ways. The style in which it's written is very witty and very clever. She makes really good use of words, kind of like Stephen Fry or Oscar Wilde almost. Let me show you an example. The grounds are exquisite, one's room magnificently appointed, right down to the violet-scented guest soap. One's gracious hosts are charming, dignified and soigné. A bit eccentric perhaps, but that's only to be expected. Along the way, one has started to refer to oneself as one, although no one knows precisely why. It's an odd social convention apparently, and so you, that is to say one, goes along with it, because of all the people in the world, you, that is to say one, would be the very last person in the world to be caught dead being unfashionable. Not even if there was nobody around to catch it. One.
Sasha Soren has created a world in this book that goes off like a firework when you pick it up. It appeals to all your senses at once, which I think is kind of rare in a book, and it's very welcome.
The cover. I love this cover. It's gorgeous and it gives us a great idea of who Winnie Flapjack is. It was awesome to have this idea of what she looks like because it helps build a scene. If you can picture one thing, it helps you picture the rest of it.
I is really fun. It's for the immortal game, and the rule is one game and the loser's lives are forfeit. So pretty much they're playing chess to the death.
Another thing Soren has is a very strange writing style. The best way I would describe it is almost informal. Hold on, give me a second. For example, allow me to read you a little bit from the prologue. It's been noted, of course, that quite interesting things happen on dark and stormy nights, particularly in castles. If you've a moment, perhaps you'd like to play a round of Let's Imagine. You do have a fresh pot of tea handy, don't you? You don't? We'll wait. Go on then. Alright, comfy? Well now, let's imagine. It's been the end of a long, hideous day. London is so trying, so noisy, so full of too much of every sort of something. Lying on the couch, feeling completely out of sorts, you moan to the walls or anyone who happens to be passing that you'd rather trade your soul for a teensy smidgen of peace and quiet. Lo and behold, a rather lovely invitation arrives just at that moment on a silver salver, a charming scroll on impressively heavy linen cardstock embossed with the family crest. Baron and Baroness such and so request the pleasure of your company. Your presence, it appears, is in hot demand at a luxurious weekend soirée at the English countryside. Of course, you go. You trundle off to Castle Marleybone with a trunk full of monogrammed luggage and an extra croquet mallet.
Black, she explained, as they emerged from the tunnel and onto the other side of a low valley, is for vampires and hobgoblins and things that go bump in the night. She stopped to sniff the wind. That way. But they all go bump in the night. When he snorted. They don't all go bump in the night. Only things that go bump in the night go bump in the night. The ghosties go woo, and the long-leggedy beasties go blooga blooga bloog. It's all very specialized. She climbed over a rotting log. No self-respecting hobgoblin would be caught dead going woo. I don't believe you. You're making it up. She shrugged indifferent. And the White Forest? Oh, you know, fairy godmothers and white knights and princesses with long blonde hair and a barely a thing on, spun sugar castles and forests of lollipops, milk waterfalls, marzipan swans, and, you know, like fields of paper flower lanterns and glass lakes crammed with fairy eggshell boats. Lollipop forests? What, a forest of lollipops?
So for this video, I decided that I was going to take a couple of the scenes where Winnie and Henry are in the middle of the sea and they're using their ducky. So I decided that I'm going to paint my nails all blue and have it kind of oceany, so it's glittery, shimmery, and it's a really, really pretty blue. And then on one of my thumbs we're going to draw a duck to represent the absolutely adorable ducky and everything he went through. And you're also going to give him a little bit of a wing. So, that is a couple nails drawing some waves. So just a little wave. So, you know, I think he's kind of cute.
Winnie Flapjack is, as I said before, the manic pixie dream girl amped up to 11. I mean, I liked her as a character. She was witty, eccentric, good at heart, but occasionally just a little bit, you know, insane, verging on psychotic. I mean, there's a scene in which she kills a ship full of people. The way she does it is hilarious, but she just does that. Okay, they may have been threatening it at the time, but she just kills a ship full of people. I liked Winnie overall, trust me.
V is for vivid. That means that a lot of the places that Winnie and Henry visit, they're colorful, amazingly vivid and bright, things that you could just imagine being part of a movie. So the flora and the fauna are just described in such a way that you can totally imagine and picture what every little detail would be like. I actually wish I could go to some of these places. Like there's a forest of gemstones, like where the trees are made out of jewels, and then there's a spot where there's a field of clockwork strawberries. So everything's just so creative and imaginative. So I really enjoyed that part of the story.
Winnie is a really unconventional female protagonist. She's tough and she's clever, and I really liked that. That was something that I really engaged with.
Let us begin. So, round one. Which of these appears in random magic? Is it A, a magic tickling cuckoo feather? Or B, a magic burning phoenix feather? Now is your time to choose. Gotta click on one. This one or this one.
Random Magic by Sasha Soren. For the uninitiated, that is this book here. Anyway, as a little bonus video, I'm going to show you some magical things you can do with your copy of Random Magic. To preface, I condone none of these things. Notebook. Actual book. Handy firewood in a pinch. Doorstop. Add fetching magical wallpaper to your bedroom. You can even eat Random Magic.
Hi, you found the favourite pages for Sasha Soren's Random Magic. Let's dive in, shall we? Last box, weird shape. She tipped the box upside down. An old cane slid out, landed on the floor with a loud thump. Eh? What? Said Cappy, sticking his head through the doorway. What's that? Found it! Good on you, now go away. He slammed the door. Winnie waved the cane under Henry's nose. Look at this! And that was just a little snippet of Random Magic by Sasha Soren.
I have my favorite passage, and it definitely hit a chord with me, and so I'm going to read it to you really quick. And this is right after the floating city, so it's about 2/3 of the way through the book. For once, after many, many years of sorrow, she smiled to herself. She too had found what she was seeking. For what she'd asked him in her real voice, in a voice that only the heart could hear, was a simple question. Have you ever once loved another human creature so much that her life was more precious to you than your own? And his heart had replied in words just as plain, yes, it said, and the power of it nearly blinded her. And that was something, I sat there and read that over and over and over again. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite quotes now. So thank you, Sasha, for that. It was wonderful.
Would I recommend this book? Yes, I would, with the caveat that if you're looking for something conventional, it's not for you. However, if you're looking for something that's experimental and funny and magical, then possibly it is for you.
Definitely challenged me, which is, you know, something that most books I read don't do. I just sit there and enjoy the story. This one, I was thinking and engaged in the storyline and the things they were doing. So I really, really liked that. It was definitely an awesome book, challenging, and makes you think. So, do I recommend you pick it up? Oh, hell yes. It was wonderful. So, Doodle is out.
This is a strange book. It's not quite like anything I have read before. It is random, and yes, at times it is quite magic. I do suggest if you're into, say, Terry Pratchett or light fantasy, that you do give The Accidental Adventures of Winnie, Flapjack and Henry a go.
I would recommend this book really highly. Ultimately, this book is fun. In the secret messages found in backwards mirror writing hidden inside the book jackets, the characters go to play croquet for the umpteenth time, or the author urges you to wait before reading this chapter and go brew yourself a pot of tea. Or in the scrapes and stories that Winnie and Henry constantly get themselves into and out of and then back into again. It is unabashedly an adventure. If you want to spend your summer escaping pitchfork-wielding villagers, or chasing after the Easter Bunny, or wandering amidst the Garden of the Muses, then go out, obtain yourself a copy of Random Magic by Sasha Soren.
And I don't know the rest of that sentence. So warm. So freaking warm. Shoes, that would help immensely. Much better. Much better. What I'm going to do is itch. And you collect the secret. Oh, it's just coming out all wrong. There'll be secret. There'll be a motorbike. Oh, my head's getting to my head. Too many ums. Can you hear them? I wonder if you can hear them. I wonder if the mic's sensitive enough, I don't know. Possible. And people. Why do I live where there are people? But no, there's no but. There's no but. There's no but in that sentence. There's a full stop.
Another thing Soren has, I am waving this book around far too much. I'm not sure what I'm going on about at this point. I have notes, but it's getting away from me.
Ubi fumus igbi ignis. Remember, ubi fumus igdi igbisser. I never learnt Latin, damn it. I went to a comprehensive. Remember, ubi fumus igbi ignis. Ubi igbi ignis. No. Bye, guys.